to other systems. During an investigation, Anthropic said its models were able to break into other organizations by exploiting weak passwords and finding points that didn't require login. Anthropic said none of the three unnamed companies realized that they had been hacked and that it's working with the affected organizations right now. Tech analysts say this disclosure shows that AI agents can unintentionally break into other companies and that better AI testing safeguards are needed. These things are just going wild. How do you stop them now? They're out of their cages.
What's an AI agent? It's like a guy with a trench coat and a hat.
I was thinking about the book cop from Seinfeld, maybe something along those lines. Bookman the book cop.
You got no coffee?
Anybody remember? Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Not even some Folgers crystals.
It's a great show. The President more comments here. The U.S. is hitting Iran hard. We just keep winning. Is what he just said. Oil price is trading 85.43 last trade there in oil. Hogue, let's give the people what they want. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. What are we seeing here? Equity's catching a bid here.
All right. So, yes, the weekly chart has that same excess low that we see on the S&Ps. We actually tested through the weekly kickoff low and rejected that. 27.4.
Do people like get spam email and then like I don't know, like there's just so much fucking spam email. It's crazy. Like every day you get an email from a company going, "Today, do you want to buy? Do you want to buy some clothes? Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy this?" It's like, just leave me alone. I don't think I've ever bought something online because of an email. Have you guys? Do you guys buy stuff because of emails? It's crazy. You get me like the worst emails all the time. I'm getting all those emails. Like, I don't want no emails. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, chat. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone.
What's up, guys? This is David, aka Reverse Long, and today I have back on the podcast Tom Hogarth. So Tom Hogarth's the best-selling author of Best Loser Wins, and I got connected with Tom over a year ago, or almost, and by Harriman House, our same publisher. I have my book coming out in
Find out, Junior. All right, it is Fresh Gas Friday. We're just getting started here. Just getting started right now on the NASDAQ. Push it back up off of these lows down here. Somebody earlier talked about getting long. Congratulations if you got long down there. Hey, I ain't never mad about it. I'm happy to see people making a little bit of money, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. I look at my waves yesterday. We went surfing yesterday, so I'm looking at the waves that I caught
in these markets. So that would be my suggestion here. As far as levels goes, we have the 20 moving average right now on the daily at 29,010. We'll call it 29,000 evens, big fat round number level. Can we trade back to the low of that June 5th candle, which is right there as well? It's within a daily ATR range right now. So going to be a very interesting day here as well. What are you seeing on the 30, Hogue?
All right. So, the late spike to the downside on Wednesday rejected, right? The market rejected lower pricing by opening above that yesterday. The market pretty much rallied right off the open, like Jay was saying, and then it developed a P-shaped profile, which would indicate short covering, which is supported by the loss in open interest yesterday. We don't really necessarily see the same spike-ish behavior that we saw in the S&Ps, but we are also seeing a larger gap to the upside. Overnight inventory is long. There's a lower probability of closing this gap in the Nasdaq than there would be in the S&Ps. Nasdaq actually performed better yesterday, if you ask me, to the upside, because it pretty much walked right through the previous day's high, which was the FOMC high, and it just kind of held up there. Once we got up there, it just kind of kept grinding to the upside, and we're opening above the range from yesterday. So if we were going to be thinking of like kind of a late spike, well, I would say that the gap would be our late spike, opening above the range from yesterday. This market is continuing to try to accept pricing at higher levels, and how good of a job is it doing? Well, yesterday's rally was partially created by short covering, but the fact that it's continuing in the overnight session, and as we get closer to the regular trading hour open, we're holding these levels up here. So if we can't close this gap relatively early, there's plenty of visuals, and we do have visuals above in the S&Ps we didn't really get to, but this afternoon pullback high, we have something similar in the S&Ps, 28,738 and a quarter. There is a session gap above that we've got to go all the way up to 29,089 to close that one. There is a naked point of control that was never checked during regular trading hours in the middle of that, 28,978. And then, of course, weekly kickoff high and a naked point of control right close to that as well. So, there's weaknesses in structure above in this market. There's weaknesses in structure above in the S&Ps as well. If this market continues to push higher, those would be some of the visual levels that I would look for the market to achieve, to try and get to. We'll see how that plays out, of course. Can't close the gap relatively early. We look for longs. Those are my thoughts. Jay, what do you think?
I think I'm with you there, Hogue. Overnight inventory, like you mentioned, is long, not aggressively, right? We didn't see this like 600-point move in the overnight session. It's 300 points. We came back and kind of checked that opening 30-minute candle. Volume is just starting to leave that range to the upside. We have room up to resistance 28,764. And you mentioned a level, Hogue. I think you said 29,090s. That is pretty much, we call anything within 20 points a range in the Nasdaq. That's pretty much the same price, the low of that June 5th candle. So there are some interesting targets to the upside. On the downside, if we do sell off, I want to watch the market's reaction to very similar to what we were talking about in the S&P, but the high of the Wednesday sell-off, which is down at 28,100s, and then can we rotate through there? So we're back above that 200 moving average on the 30-minute, which we haven't been in a little while with price and volume. So maybe a change of the trend here. This looks like a market for right now, and of course, anything can and will happen and can change. Right now, this looks like a market that wants to continue to trade higher.
All right.
And we will see how that continues.
It's acting like it, too.
It is.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you,
I'll tell you.
Awesome
stuff.
Thanks, Hogue. Who called me out for that in the chat? Are you still here? Hopefully you are. And hopefully you hit the thumbs up button. You like and subscribe. And hopefully the context that we just provided for the markets is going to help you with your trading day. Hoop cattle looks very interesting, by the way. We're not going to deep dive cattle charts right now, but it looks very interesting as well. JD, who do we got trading with us on TopStep TV today?
Good question. Here is the answer coming up next in Fast Markets. We've got a great lineup for you. Andre will be here driving the bus for the next couple of hours, and we've got some rotating guests coming in. Eric and Ted will be here from 8:30 to 9:30. Hogue will be dipping in around 9:30 to do some chart analysis for everybody. Dakota from 9:30 to 11, and Muhammad from 10 to 11. Great lineup for Fast Markets. Hogue will be back at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time for some more chart analysis in the morning highlights. He'll go over these opening range breakout trades. We didn't get in any of them. Speaking of which, we could still get in on this crude trade pretty cheap, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Hogue will also be here talking about any trades that we might potentially be taking during Fast Markets. Trade with TopStep at 11:15. Jay, Gabe, and Eric will be here doing a little three-man weave. Group coaching, Eric, Hoop, and Gabe. Eric and Gabe putting some time in together today. They're in 3 separate segments together today. But group coaching, we'll be pinning a form to the chat in just a little while. If you've got a question for Eric, Hoop, or Gabe, or the 3 of them collectively, grab that form, fill it out, and they will answer your questions live right here on TopStep TV. Trade with TopStep at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. I will be here with Cole and Coach Jay. Jay will be back for another segment. And then we're closing out the week in Power Hour with Andre, Gabe, Eric, and our boy VWAP George here to defend his crown. Don't forget, guys, it's the last day of the month. Final day of first month, TopStep Octagon. We're going to be coming in with some more updates for you. There are some races happening on that board. We shared it a little while ago. I'll be back again on Fast Markets to share it again. But as always, we got a full day of tradertainment coming your way live right here on TopStep TV. Bell to bell, toe to toe, belly to belly, nose to nose, whatever you want to call it. We're here.
Let's do it. Quick, another honorable mention to Micro Bitcoin for all of our crypto bros out there. Coinbase had earnings this week, and it looks like they missed on their earnings. Micro Bitcoin, our second biggest percentage mover to the downside right now, down 1.75%, and holding the 50-day moving average like the best trend line that I've ever seen. Every time we get up to that 50-day moving average, it rejects pretty well up there. Team is getting ready here. Ted is here. Eric is here. Andre is here. But we got one more piece of news that we could hit as well, JD, before we get into Fast Markets.
Yes, more news in the land of artificial intelligence. It appears the Trump administration is planning to repurpose some federal land for more AI data centers. Let's take a look. You heard me correctly. The Energy Department announced plans to redevelop a Cold War-era uranium enrichment facility in Kentucky into a data center campus and gas plants. The site is located in Paducah and owned by the federal government. It has been undergoing environmental cleanup for years now. The DOE said the $100 billion project will be privately funded. The move is expected to create 8,000 construction jobs and 600 permanent jobs. Federal officials say construction is expected to be completed in 2031. This news comes after the Energy Department announced plans in March to repurpose a former nuclear enrichment facility in Ohio. It will become a massive data center. AI data center coming to a town near you, folks.
Right in your backyard. Headline coming out here. The Japanese yen yesterday was in the headlines. It was one of our biggest percentage movers yesterday. And source familiar with the matter, the U.S. Treasury has informed banks that it may intervene in the yen market on Friday. If you look at a higher time frame yen chart, it's just trending to zero. Is what that Japanese yen futures chart looks like. But U.S. Treasury has informed banks that it may intervene in the yen market on Friday. From a source familiar with the matter. So keep an eye on the yen as well. No Paul Tudor Joneses.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah. Ton of volatility yesterday. I think it was like high to low. It was like a 5%, 4% move in the yen yesterday. Pretty big move there. I think we are good to go here. Ted is here. Eric's here. Andre is here. Hogue, I think we're ready. Let's do the thing. Get us into Fast Markets. Gold popped on that as well.
All right, let's do the thing. All right, happy Friday, everybody. Make sure you do not get all biffed up today. It is the last day of the month, last day of July. Watch for some inventory adjustments, perhaps at the end of the month here. Next week begins August. August. Very excited about August. It's really cool things coming out. I think you're going to be really happy. If you're not already happy, you will be. All right, let's take a look at top of the chat. Shubham, the champ, is back at the top of the chat. We got Charles Henry. We got Mike 1970. We got Benji Mag. We've got Aaron W. Brody, Joseph Fracone, Krish, Big Turkey. We got Tandra Takeoff. We got Gorillionaire. We got Coog. We got Price Action Funded. We got Dan Trader and a cast of thousands. As always, we really appreciate all of you. Thank you again for trusting us with your time. When I sit down to trade, usually the first thing I'm going to do when I first sit down is take a deep breath. Remain humble, grateful, creative, and centered in your trading today. Pray for peace every day. It's time for fast markets in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Happy Friday. Don't get all biffed up.
Turn those machines back on! Turn those machines back on! Turn those machines back on! Turn those machines back on!
All right, Eric, Ted, this is the part where Jack says something clever. Go ahead, Ted, what do you got? Eric, what do you got?
Good morning. All
You
right.
can't outwit Jack.
Yes.
You can't put that pressure on us. Come on, Andre.
Absolutely
Nice.
nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
He is a one of a kind, man. He's awesome. Well, you got 62 handles is the implied move, and 74.74 was an area of interest for me to want to buy. I think we got as low as 79. So write these levels down: 7474, 7485, 90, 7505, and 7511. There is gap room below 7474 down to 7455.
By 5.
So, yep.
All right.
I'm sizing up a little bit today in the MESs, maybe five to a full mini. I like the action on the tape this morning.
Do you? All right, hold that thought. Eric, fast markets. What's happening, man? 2.5 minutes to the opening bell. Thoughts coming in to this Friday. What is the last day of a wild trading week? And I expect today to be the same. What's up, Eric? Thoughts coming in.
What's up, Dre?
Let's do it.
Man, you know, I woke up feeling pretty good because I was talking about these levels earlier in the week up at like the 600s, right? And we came up over in the overnight session and the week to make it true. So we are rejecting off of them, but we're actually finding a nice little base here at the 431.50, which is the level I had marked out. A couple other levels I'm looking at is going to be 565 even, 602.75, and then back up to the 691 and 744s. I think realistically, I am going to be leaning a little bit bullish on the open because we can't, like I said, we came off a 431 level, created a higher low, pushing up pretty strongly. Any of these levels could act as resistance, but I'm thinking we maybe want to reach for these highs over at 642 first. But if we're gonna see any downside right out of the gate.
All right, Ted. Good stuff.
Yes.
Ted, you're talking about you're sizing up. You're liking the action on the tape. You're liking what you're seeing.
Yes.
What is it specifically that you are seeing here in the MES as we continue to look about a 20-point rally, give or take, here in the last few minutes? But what are you seeing that is giving you the conviction to get in there with size?
Well, so yesterday, shout out to Jay. I think he said in the pre-market call, you could probably see a 200-point rally and then maybe a 300-point sell-off. But he felt that there was that possible first move was a rally up. And thanks to him, I had 2 micros and they took off like a rocket. So I built a little cushion. Number one, that's important. You got to have a little cushion in your account. And number two, I like the bullish side of this market, buying the dip today, and until proven wrong, I think, like Eric said, that's the trade today. Keep it simple, stupid. Buy the dip.
Always. Okay, well, all right. Let's take a look at these prices. What do we got here? NQ continuing to catch a bid. NQ on the move. We are now open for business. And just as I say that, also let's take a look. ES catching a bid as well.
Oof. Little
ES
flush
just
down and
popped
then
all the way up
move.
to 75.05. 75.05 last trade there.
Oh.
About a 25-point rally in the last 20 minutes or so. The headline did just hit a few minutes ago. U.S. Treasury
Order
has
filled.
informed banks that it may intervene in the yen market on Friday. Saw the yen pop off of that. And like Jay was saying in the opening call, just what is going on, Ted? I hear you, Ted.
I want some ES
I hear it.
small. ES.
Order
ES small.
filled.
Long ES. All right. NQ also popping here
Come
as
on.
well. Gold trading, call it 4100s. And crude oil. Crude oil has been grinding higher all night. We are talking about since midnight Central Time, crude is up almost $5. $5 as we trade $85.68. 50-50 on the tilt. Numbers on the calendar. We have Chicago PMI in 45 after, in about 14 minutes. Top of the hour, we got University of Michigan. 10 a.m. Central. Trump cabinet meeting. And then noon Central. All important. Baker Hughes rig count. Why do we love it? Just lets you know that we're close to the weekend. Ted, what price you long from?
Hold please. I am
Hold,
long
please.
from 503. I just lost 3 of the 9.
All right.
I'm losing 3 more, and I'm putting a trailing stop on the last
You're
3.
shaving.
my
Okay, you're shaving the position. Okay, I thought you said
I'm
you lost.
trailing now on the balance. Quick little
Gotcha.
$100. $100
$100
first minute. I'll take it.
Oh, and there goes the NQ. NQ. These are gonna be just
Now
new
the
session
least I
high.
could make. There we go, baby.
Overnight highs, new highs, new highs. NQ on the move,
05.
28,649 half.
So Jay was talking
Great
about
trade
this
fit.
stuff yesterday. He was talking about out of the gate buying and selling has been a trade. Like,
Two-way?
thanks, Jay.
100%.
I got to Venmo Jay 10% of my 200. All right, I'm out.
Nice trade.
And
Order filled.
Nice trade, Ted.
thank you.
Order filled. Order filled.
And I did that in 2 accounts. So
You did
that was
about 2
a
minutes, too,
copy
Ted.
trade.
You did that in about 2 minutes. New highs NQ, new session highs, and overnight, above the overnight highs as well. NQ 28,665. Amazon earnings amazing. Apple earnings not so amazing. I got that 2-way action going right now. Got the Dow selling off and the NQ ripping higher. New highs NQ, new highs, session highs ES.
Okay.
ES. Look at a 40
So this
point
is
rally.
a level 75.05 and 75.11 little market profile, and
You gonna step in
just
front
gonna
of this
wait
thing?
now.
You gonna
Yeah,
step in
let's.
front of
I
this
mean,
thing?
let's wait. Get the 5-minute opening range, and you might even want to wait for the 15 ORB. I don't buy candles like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would buy the tip.
Hey.
Okay.
We got the Dow selling off. Dow selling off here. Still 50-50 on the tilt. We got Chicago PMI in about 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Here's your level, Eric. You said 28,691.
Good call, Eric.
There's 20.
Yeah, I mean it's
Wow.
pausing, right? I don't.
Yes.
This is definitely not one that I'm going to short off of, right? We have so much strength coming into this level, like it could just be a place to kind of pause for a minute until that further upside. So I'm gonna just wait and see what happens on this level.
Okay. Yeah, ES and Q just ripping higher. right off the bell. Take a look at the 30-year yields continuing to climb. 10-year yields continuing to climb. However, we are seeing upside action in the equities as well. New highs NQ. NQ, we are looking. Damn. First 5 minutes of fast markets. NQ up almost 200 points. Almost 200 points. NQ ES, a 40-point rally in the last 30 minutes. We get another round of buying here. Wow, more buying. New highs, ES, new highs, NQ,
Just
Dow
like
selling
yesterday.
off. Oh, yes, it is. How do you step in front of this thing?
Man. Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, you gotta chill. You can't. You can't just. You can't get crazy. You know.
I mean, it's funny when you look back at it though. Like you look back at the morning yesterday, right? You're like, I could have bought anywhere and it would be in profit. But when while you're looking at it, you're like, I'm not buying this. Like we're so
Exactly.
high. Wow, I'm not gonna buy this, right?
I literally bought it because I was in Jay's camp where he said, you buy it, you get like a 200-point rally, and then maybe we sell off the same 200 points.
Yep.
And
yes,
I bought it in 2 different accounts. And by the time I literally got to it, it was luck. I mean, there was some luck there that one took off. I need a little good luck once in a while. I've had some bad
Ted.
luck.
I think you read what the market was doing and you got on board. I mean, I think that.
Right?
We got gold selling off here. Gold new session lows. Gold 40.87 last trade there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to bring some downside pressure on the ES?
What time we have our number? 9:45.
45 after. It's a light number. Chicago PMI top of the hour. We got University of Michigan sentiment.
Yes. You boys in Chicago are pricing.
Yo, Ted, you used to be able to pay for that. I don't know if you still can. You used to be able to pay for that number early and get
2
the
minutes
number
before.
early. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you have a seat, right? If you
Such
have
a
seat,
Chicago thing. Such a Chicago.
If you have a seat on the exchange, you get it 2 minutes before.
Yes. Such a
I like Chicago, buddy. I like Chicago.
You're always welcome, Ted. Oh, by the way, I'm broadcasting. You're always welcome to come check out TopStep Global Headquarters because that's where I'm streaming from right here, right now. Thousands watching us all across the globe. Look at that. Ted, Eric, crossed over 220,000 subscribers.
Let's go.
On the march to 225,000. Chat, let us know what we should do to celebrate 225,000 subscribers if and when we get there.
I got a question for you, Dre. And this is how old school I am with Chicago. Is there still a restaurant called Marche?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's old school.
Was it a steakhouse?
I thought we went over this. I thought Andre only eats a Tao.
Only eats a Tao. I do. I've got a tab there, so I don't even. Sometimes I pay, sometimes I don't. No, Marche. Can't say. I'm guessing somewhere in the Gold Coast.
Old school. You used to see Bulls in there, Chicago Bulls in there all the time.
Okay, so you hung out on Rush Street then. I think I have an idea where you hung out.
I was with a Big Tuna family member.
The Big Kahuna. Who's
Big Tuna? Big Tuna. You have to look it up. That's Al Capone's right-hand man, accounting person that lived in Chicago.
What were you doing hanging out? What were you doing hanging out with those? What were you doing hanging out with them, Ted?
Kumaro. He played football for Ohio State.
I actually know that name. I actually don't. Ted,
yeah, he's the head of the labor unions in Chicago.
Yeah, that's how. Okay, well, we got a big turnaround here. We're looking
old
at
school,
a
buddy.
absolute. Ted, I'll keep those stories coming, but we are turning around right now in NQ in the midst of a 130-point turnaround. ES 17 points lower right now. What?
That's an equal high in the NQ, Eric, right? Equal high, I think.
Right. Yeah, if you zoom out to like an hourly, you can make an argument for it being close enough to the 763 level. I don't know. It's one of those ones. 691 held pretty dang well, and now we're trading back to the New York Open.
This is
like one of those questions where, all right, did we literally just come up, trap a bunch of buyers up here, and now we're gonna come back down to the 431s?
Jay was just a day early, man. That's all.
Yeah.
Rally 200,
We are
sell off 200.
still what a turnaround! What a turnaround right
Jesus.
now. This next see what the 5-minute candle incoming right now. In about 10 seconds.
So you got an
but
EMA and the you have an EMA and the Nasdaq. You're 14 and you're 21.
both
They're kind of
dumping.
right on time. 542. Could be an area of support.
Look, wow.
Is there a headline?
No, there's not. The only thing I'm seeing is the 10-year continuing to
There's a
sell
headline.
off. Yields going higher is one thing noting here. Is this the yen? What's going on? The 6J.
Wow.
Again, the headline, U.S. Treasury has informed banks that it may intervene in the yen market on Friday, which is today. Yeah, was that a big pop? It was before
This is kind of the area that I'm if we don't get a bounce here, I don't really have too much of a bullish bias going in for the next
It's a short.
next hour.
Wow. Okay, ES completely turning this thing around. There's a 1,000 lot using a level 2 data on TOPSTEP X. Yeah, it's still down there. 7450 at 1,200 times. Again, 35 points lower. Well, we are
Thank God.
in
so close to short
sell
end.
mode. What just changed? Chat, help me out. Help us out. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Hogan. Hogan knows about Marche. When he gets on here.
Of course.
When he gets on here.
All right. Is this a level? Right? To let it build a base. So 88, I got nothing until 82.
82 to the downside.
Yep,
Okay.
82 and then
74
below
is 10.
82. I really like 74. I like.
Getting short.
But I'm not buying a falling knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna
selling.
I'm gonna fade probably any pump from here, right?
I'm short the MNQ right now. A 10-year continuing to sell off. Again, treasury prices go lower, yields go higher. That did just change. Yeah, that's not going to be good.
That's like, so that's
well, yeah,
that's kind of silly. That's kind of silly.
Order filled.
Which part?
That NQ, the way it
Order
just
filled.
did a 25-point move and like two ticks.
I'm short. Sure. We got this number again. Chicago PMI in a couple minutes here. Wow. ES just dropping right now. ES just completely falling out of bed right now. Gold selling off. 10-year prices going lower. Yields going higher in fix in the treasuries. A 40-point turnaround. A 40-point turnaround to the downside here in the ES. NQ, we are looking at almost about to be a 300-point turnaround to the downside. Wow, more selling. Tilt 73% short tilt in the ES, 74% short tilt in the NQ. Fast markets definitely in the house right now. Gold selling off. This is wow. Apple almost down 10%. Apple almost down 10%.
Oh my
Upper left-hand corner, you see the name. You see the name of the show. It is called Fast Markets because by golly, markets are rocking right now. Hit us up at TOPSTEP TV on the X using the hashtag Fast Markets, using the hashtag Power Hour. Send us some cool trader station setups, proof of payouts, any wins you want to share and us to turn around to you in, well, Power Hour. Hashtag Fast Markets, hashtag Power Hour at TOPSTEP TV on the X. Also, for the thousands watching us all across the globe, let us know in the chat right now. After you click like, subscribe, notify. Let us know where you are watching from all across the globe. All across the globe. Just love to see that.
Man, I almost feel bad for orb traders right now because this opening range is going to be massive.
Yeah.
What are 10-year rates now?
So this looks like a short to me on the ES. I don't think we've traded the 74 level.
Oh, we are in the danger zone for
We are.
10 year.
Order filled.
Let me in terms of rates, where the yields are. We got this Chicago PMI number here in a couple
Oh, shit.
seconds.
I got the wrong thing. in
Yeah,
there.
don't sweat. There's bigger things at play here.
Really?
Order
Wow.
filled.
Right.
30 year,
down.
4.25%. 5.25%. 10 year, 4.72%. Chicago PMI expected 56, better than expected 57.6. It's just a pop. So
Back down to the 430s where we bounced last time.
Yeah.
yes, we did. All right. Are the
We
buyers
do it again or?
real for
So
highs,
Eric,
lows?
I find this without any EMA or, I mean, these candles obviously are bearish, but it's not enough. Like you said, maybe the ORB gives you a little more structure.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
Like, I want some structure.
Where's my
Yeah,
If
definitely.
we
I
break
mean,
7.4, we have 5.4 gap room below.
ES just getting completely destroyed right now.
yeah, because we've got a.
We are in the midst of almost looking at almost a 50-point sell-off here.
It's a 300-point opening range on NQ.
Fast markets, baby. Fast markets, baby. Buyers going to give it a shot here. Wow, they are just selling into everything. Everything.
No.
Oh man.
You know, we were talking
Well,
about like you don't want to buy things when it's overextended to the upside. We're in the same spot.
More selling here. New lows. This is a ES with a 50-point turnaround. First 5 minutes off the opening bell, it was a pop, huge rally. ES and NQ. Followed up with just a complete reversal, sell off to the downside. All right, now we got U.S. Treasury Secretary hitting the wire. This was not on the schedule. Treasury Secretary President, Japan's economy continues to perform well. BOJ Bank of Japan has demonstrated commitment to monetary stability. This is the Treasury Secretary Besant now hitting the wire. Because, TOPSTEP TV, we bring you those. What did they just do there? We bring you those headlines, trades here in real time. This is a very, very interesting turnaround lower again. Or from Besant, we continue to enjoy a strong relationship with Japan. Keep in mind that the U.S. Treasury has informed banks that it may intervene in the yen market on Friday. That's today, the last day of the trading month. Last day of TOPSTEP Octagon. We got Ted in the house. We got Eric in the house. Wow. New lows.
Yeah,
new lows.
Yes. The plan is to short any pops, but not getting the pops. So I guess it's just where you gotta be patient, right?
It's a big top wick on this current candle.
74. Ted, you got your eye on 74s in the ES.
Yep. And if it can't hold, there's gap room down to 74.59.
Boy. Wow. 400-point turnaround. 400-point turnaround lower in the NQ in the last, 10, 15 minutes. ES looking at a 50-point turnaround to the downside. 72% short tilt in the NQ, 73% short tilt in the ES. Look out below.
Are you still holding on to that short?
I'm holding on to a short, yeah. Perhaps add to it. Yeah. New lows. Here's 74.74.
Order
74.74 Ted in the ES.
Yep. You might get just a little. Like I said, these levels are like if you're driving down the road and you say, well, we're in a school zone, where's the speed bump? There's a speed bump at 74 and another one at 59.
Where can we take this thing?
Well, close below 74 would be bearish.
I'm thinking Wednesday. I'm thinking OMC. What do we buy about 27.2? 27,200 or so in the NQ. I mean, these interest rates Yeah, 70. Yeah, Jay, 74.50 bid 1,000 times. That's been there since overnight too, and may very well get
Mhm.
filled. Again, yields continuing to climb. 30-year, last I checked,
Order filled.
5.25%.
Order
10-year,
filled.
4.73%. Here's a new file.
There's
What's this one going to
7.4 and bang.
number?
So
Top
we
of the
gotta
hour.
see.
University of Michigan sentiment.
Apple
Expected
was
50.
not a good number.
No, but Amazon was.
Yeah, I mean Amazon. They can.
Well,
They
okay. Well,
can
here's the thing, Ted. Yesterday we paid
tweak
attention
it.
to Microsoft having such a good earnings, and we ignored Meta.
Right.
And then today
Right.
we're paying attention to Apple having bad earnings and not Amazon having
Yeah.
good earnings. It's like yesterday I got smoked. I mean, yesterday I got completely destroyed because what
So
changed? Now we're
there's
paying
there's
attention
some
to what's
logic. There's some logic and fundamentals behind that. Number one, Apple has really become more of a value stock. And their numbers are consistent. You know, they're going to make X billions per quarter on all their products. And then they have the services, which is a really good number. Amazon
right.
is the AWS is the cloud for the United States government. I mean, that's consistent. They can tweak that. Microsoft needed a good number. So it is a
Nasdaq
mixed
needed a
bag.
number.
Yeah. And that data center that Meta's building, if you put
Order
it down
filled.
on the map of New York City, it goes from Wall Street to 97th Street to the
Order
East Side
filled.
Highway to the West Side Highway. Think about how
It's as big as the
massive,
almost as big as the
that is,
almost as big
right?
as Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big ass data center. That's a major expenditure. So, and he hasn't been wrong, man. He buys Instagram for $1 billion. It's worth $8 billion.
I thought that was
Right.
such a foolish acquisition, and
Right?
boy was I wrong. Boy
Now,
was I wrong. I thought that was like, what are you doing? You're just buying Adobe Photoshop. It's just Photoshop.
you just all right. Hit 7.4. By the way, it's math. It's not anything
Here's
more than
28,000.
that. Bounce.
Yeah. I think
Your 74s are holding.
Holding.
20
Now you got to let it. Now it's got to close
Order
above.
filled.
I would like 10 minutes above, and I would get.
So what are
longer.
you thinking? Like if it's closing above 74, are you thinking you're going to catch a
Order
little
filled.
rip to the upside, like a short
So
lived momentum trade?
you know how short I am of scalpers. So I would like to see a 5-minute candle close above 74, and a nice candle to work from, like a previous candle range,
right.
where I can say, okay, I'm long
Tenure
at 74, and if it closes
on.
71, I'm out. 3-point stop for a
10-year
potential trade.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just watching. I'm watching 10-year prices go lower, which means yields are going higher.
Yes.
Then thinking that it's
Sorry.
ES tap on the new low, about to push new lows.
His NQ fell off the table.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
NQ's
Good short, Dre.
Yeah, that was a
I'm
that was a
still
nice
short.
that was a
Great.
nice little rally.
Phenomenal
I'm glad
short,
we-
Dre.
I'm adding into it. As long as this 10-year keeps going lower in price, I'm going to keep selling equities.
All right, now we're
Or
way below 74. 59 next level.
5.9.
And
10 years getting
ES.
absolutely is that fifth? Is that 1,000 lot still down there?
It's there to be whacked.
ES?
It's there to be whacked. You know that, Dre.
Yes, it is. Gold turning around just a bit. We'll pop here. Equities may be looking for any reason to find some buyers. This is
We are right at the
wow.
resistance
New lows.
level.
Another round of selling. New lows. NQ.
Taking a small short. For
Yeah, just
6
ride
hours.
it, man.
I just want a
ride
few
it.
bucks for my time.
What a turnaround.
It's
We're
not big
almost
enough.
over a 400-point sell-off here in the all right, gold's catching a bid. Will that put the brakes on the sell-off? Or ES
I'm keeping my cash.
Wow.
I want my cash. I'm not going below 200. No,
No,
thank you.
number 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Pull up in the chat. Pull up in the chat. Well, volatility in the New York Open. Where's your PNL at? Green, red, flat, melted. Need a reboot. Get those votes in. Melted. All right. It's just gonna go green. The buyer's gonna get a shot.
74 is going to be a level battleground for sure.
Or is this just a little short cover? 5 minutes
Order
before
filled.
the top of the hour. University of Michigan sentiment number. 1,000 lot pulled. No longer there. Let's leave.
Hey, Eric, by the way, I have a fig tree in my living room. It's massive.
Let's go. This one's fake.
That's a fig tree,
no.
right?
Yeah.
What?
I have one, man. It was that big, and now it's 8 feet tall in my living room. It's massive.
Yeah. No, this one is definitely fake.
Oh, okay.
Prop. It's a prop.
It is a paid actor, man.
Order filled.
Hey, man, I have a real one. It was like this big, and now it's 8 feet
out of the shorts,
all over the place.
I don't know if we have the climate over here for to keep a fig tree alive.
74 battleground.
Yep, right there, right now, right
Dre,
now.
you have the best position on. I'm not trying to be.
I'm flat.
Talk about fig. I don't want to talk about fig trees, but I don't want to get anxious and excited and feel like, oh, there's some big trade right now. There isn't. 74 is like collision. There's going to be it's an auction. They're going to auction at this level. They do. And they're just going to exchange hands, lots of volume. So let this play out, and you might get a really good rip up or a really good break below. If you coil at 74, you got 20 points to the downside.
I'm looking short.
15 to the upside.
What about? I'm thinking shorts at 428,400.
Wow, I like 400.
I like you. I'll follow you in a trade because I think you're seeing it well.
It worked.
Hey, Gabe had a hot hand yesterday.
Gabe's the man.
He was hot yesterday morning.
Hey, let's keep it hot. Let's see if we can. All right, here's 28,400. Not
7-4
minutes
bounce.
before. Yeah, we got this number. No shorts unless gold turns around. Gold finding some buyers about $11 off the lows in gold. Yeah, number University of Michigan top of the hour in about 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes expected. 54 is expected. Previous.
That's a big number, by the way. University of Michigan.
It can be. Have you ever looked at what the actual what it's oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. A survey. It's a survey. I've seen the questions. And they are
I've seen it move the market 100 points.
We've seen it move the market more than a non-farm on the same day.
Yes. So let's maybe use that to our advantage.
Hell yeah, I love where your head's at. If this thing comes in worse than expected, all right, 10 years catching a bid.
It's an incredibly good school, even though I went to Ohio State, but it's
the Ohio State. You went to
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep pockets over there. Deep pockets.
Yeah, they got smart people. Smart people in putting those numbers out there. It's a tough school to get into. Academically, it's incredibly difficult. What is the expectation?
Expected 54. All right, chat.
1 minute, 20 seconds.
Some of the questions, a sample question off the top of my mind, it's something like, do you expect inflation to go higher or lower? It's like something ridiculous like that. We can maybe find it in the back there. Maybe production can find it. But here, let's get this number out of the way. 60 seconds. It's very, very. The fact that it's such a market mover, you're like, huh? No way. All right, so let's recap here what's gone down in the first 29 minutes into fast markets. First 5 minutes of New York session, equities, NQ, ES, just out like a rocket to the upside. The next 25 minutes, following 25 minutes, I should say, it was lookout below.
Mm-hmm.
And will University of Michigan sentiment number bail out the equities? I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Will and bail out. Here we go. Chat, how are we doing so far? As Jay likes to say, do a vibe check in the chat. Catch that move to the upside. Ted making money to the upside there.
Sat on hands. SOH long.
Man, and Teddy, you got out. You started scaling out at the right time too.
No.
It's that first 5-minute candle I was playing
Number.
the ORB 5-minute.
Come on, come
There
on,
we
come
go.
on. Better than
Actual
expected. Better.
57.
Yeah, better than expected.
I'm
57.6 versus 56.
Sorry, I'm wrong. I'm a Chicago PMI. I'm wrong. Here it comes.
It's better. 55.2. 55.2. A little better than expected. Watch this. Inflation expectations. Lower, a little lower. If this thing gets the market to turn around.
Pop and drop.
All right. We got those numbers out of the way. Now we're
I love profit. I'm going home with it. I'm not giving it to anybody.
I want to just see one more pop above this this range, and then I'd be looking to get short.
Those EMAs are way up there in both the NQ, the 14 and the 21 are both 28,447 in NQ and like 74,85 in the ES. This looks bearish.
oh wow. Heads up. We got Logan now. Logan's Fed
Order
speaker Logan, notable hawk hitting the wire right now. Risks to inflation are to the upside. Solid job. Market is strengthening a bit. I would have, all right, Logan. I would have preferred a quarter-point rate increase to better balance outlook and risks. Logan parachuting in, coming in off the top rope. All right, let's get the Delta Don in here. Hogue, come on in. Right after, well, actually, we're going to go to Hogue right after this. We got an announcement from TOPSTEP Labs, and then we'll go to Hogue for a market pit stop. Let's do it.
Order filled.
All right, it is time for a little market pit stop here.
up?
Half an hour after the open, and things have already seen some pretty substantial changes, largely caused by a pretty big jump in rates. We are seeing the 10-year, the treasuries really tanking to the downside. Yes, and when prices go lower, rates go higher. That has taken us off of our highs. This morning, when we were looking at these markets, we were kind of looking at these markets as showing signs of accepting prices at higher levels. We looked at this afternoon pullback high in the NASDAQ, 738. We got close. We got close to that. 725 is the high of the range for the session so far. We haven't even pulled back necessarily to settlement price in the NASDAQ yet. Settlement is 28,237.75. Watch those bonds. Watch those treasuries. If treasuries keep tanking, rates keep going higher, that can seriously change the face of these equity markets, and it already has. Be careful looking for longs. We talked about the idea of coming back into the range. We just closed the gap. If we can't reaccept inside of the range and inside of value from yesterday, this thing could turn around, but I don't see that happening. We're still seeing treasuries pretty much tanking to the downside and rates screaming to the upside. Let's take a look at the S&Ps now. Where did the S&Ps get to? Well, there was a session gap right at the overnight high. We weren't able to take out the overnight high. First thing we did was close the gap right back to settlement. We've still got space down below to get back into the value area from yesterday. Value high 74.46.75. We show signs of acceptance below that. We could easily see yesterday's session low, which is all the way down at 73.99.75. Again, keep your eye on those treasuries. If those rates continue to creep higher throughout the day, it's going to continue to put selling pressure on these equities. Crude oil, some pretty substantial overnight inventory to the long side, haven't really moved all that much. We've really kind of settled into a range here between, let's just call it 85 and 86.50 for now. For now, that looks like our range, and we're seeing gold continuing to push to the downside. So we've been talking about gold all week, how range bound it is. The market opened with a gap. It didn't never close the gap. The market is continuing to rotate from near weekly kickoff high back down near weekly kickoff low. These are the extremes where I'd be looking for bigger opportunities. Balance to breakout rules apply here in gold. If we can't break out below the weekly kickoff low, we may rotate back to the upside. If we can't break out above the weekly kickoff high, 41.94, then we could just continue to rotate between the two of them. The day started right in the middle of them. We did say, stay careful, but there's going to be some decent opportunities as this day goes on. We're getting 10-year almost back down to session lows. We're still continuing to see downside pressure in these equities. Things have changed. What's this week's tip of the week? Adapt. We've had to adapt here this morning. Couple of good levels. S&Ps, that unfinished session gap. We got right up to it. Didn't finish it. Back into range, back into value, perhaps. Let's see how this plays out. I don't want to buy this thing, especially with the treasuries sitting here on their lows with yields screaming to the upside. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Happy Friday. Protect your capital, folks. Protect your capital. Don't get all biffed up. Let's go back
Order
with
filled.
the boys.
So, what do you got for Delta, Ho? Good stuff. Love that pit stop. What do you got for Delta?
Delta negative 500 in the S&Ps. We haven't seen too many negative Delta in the S&Ps of late. Negative 2,300 in the NASDAQ. Negative 2,300 in the NASDAQ. Just to keep things in perspective, S&Ps and the NASDAQ were pretty strong in the overnight session. NASDAQ is basically flat. It's down 0.05%. ES down 0.28%. There's a lot of room. A lot of room.
More new lows. I'm not
Order
No,
filled.
I got out. More selling here. Look out below. We are continuing to sell off. Ted, Eric, Logan has
I got